we didn't bother with it. But my first guest had the rat-like cunning to combine the two. It could have so easily gone wrong. Judy Lucy, Judith Lucille, Juicy Ludith, Sujith Dooley don't work half as well or as regularly as Judith Lucy. Judith, I didn't know whether to kiss you or not.
No, we both
I don't know what's
panicked
acceptable,
there.
I know, and then we both piked. I should put a sign up there, don't kiss the host, so everyone knows.
It would be, in fact, before I walked out, I actually said, does he kiss? So, yes.
I know, it's more for your safety than anybody else's. But I do thank you very much for coming along here tonight, because I should explain to the folks at home that Judith helped us out during the pilot stage of this show, the shows that didn't actually go to air. Is this one of the ones that are not going to the air? Is this going to air? This is going to air. This is going to air. But there was a bit of an accident involving a chair, and I think we have footage. Do we have footage of that? We have footage of that, so just keep your eye on the chair. Jiminy, would you please welcome Ms. Judith Lucy. It was entirely my fault. Just anyway, your expression is exactly the same as it was during that pilot so many months ago.
I think what actually happened was I'd just seen Madonna's film Swept Away that day, and I simply had to take it out on someone.
I appreciate that, and look, you know, and you qualified to sledge Madonna for that film because you're a bit of a film star yourself now, aren't you?
That's true.
Because most of our viewers would know you as a stand-up comic of some note. In fact, you won the Age Good Food Guide the Age Critics Award this year for your show, is that right?
Yes, but we had to share it with yes, for Comedy Still Not Pretty, Linda Gibson, Denise Scott and myself won that award with Paul McDermott, which took the shine off a little bit.
Right, yes.
Well, come on, there were 3 people in his show as well, and the total cash for that prize was $500. So between the 6 of us, we got $82.50. So I'm planning my trip to France now.
Right. So it's films for you now, because...
Oh, of course it is.
Crackerjack was, in which you appeared as Mick Malloy's girlfriend, was enormously...
Let's not talk too much about that,
No,
but yes.
all right. Well, in fact, you've got another film coming up where you also play Mick Malloy's girlfriend. Are you worried
let's not talk about that much either.
No, you don't?
No, and in fact, it's great because in Crackerjack we did the Pash, of course. And may I say, I think the thing that everyone knows about that film is that it has turned me into a sex symbol. I don't know what that laughter was for. I would go so far as to say that lawn bowls outfit did for me what that tiny pair of gold shorts did for Kylie's ass. I'd go that far. But we're moving on because in Bad Eggs, Mick actually grabs my ass. And I didn't actually know that he was doing that until I saw the clip replayed and thought, the whole nation's going to see that on a big screen, so I'm very proud.
So how many more films do you think before you go the porno film then?
Oh, I think that's probably next week. Because I'm quite amazed that I've actually gotten to make 2 feature films, and I think once Bad Eggs comes out, people really discover that I can't act. And when you were talking before about my name, I think that's when we can actually go with Juicy Lucy for the porn career, so that's something to look forward to.
Quite happy to do that. Now, are you a comfortable actor? Did you take to acting well? Because you've always wanted to do that, haven't you?
Well, I did, Sean. And not that long after I got out of high school, I actually auditioned for NIDA, and I think they thought pretty much God bless you as well, because not only did I not get into NIDA, but they also suggested that I have a nose operation. So it was tremendous, really. It was like, not only do we think you're not very talented, but we also think you might require major surgery. So that put a bit of a spring in my step, but it didn't stop me. I went on to do 2 years of a BA, studying theatre arts. Yes. And now I wonder why I'm unemployed. But can I share with you just how unbearable I was in those theatre arts days?
Well, it was what I was counting on.
Well, open the floodgates.
Please.
I was involved in a tremendous student production called Cell, and 3 of us had to sit on stage, but we didn't actually have any lines of dialogue. We had to be on stage for the whole production and simply make noises like this. Ooh, and occasionally, So it was quite a challenge, and in fact it was such a challenge that one of the other girls frequently fell asleep during the production. But because we were on stage the whole time but we weren't meant to be seen, we had these outfits which were quite remarkable. We had the black socks, black pants, black top, black gloves, and then these black hoods which just had a little gap here which they put fly wire over, so we kind of looked like Satan worshipping beekeepers. And this is how wacky I was in those days though, because we had a dress rehearsal and we were all going to go up to KFC for dinner, and I've turned to the other two girls and I've said, let's keep the costumes on. So we've gone to KFC, we've been served by this 15-year-old girl who didn't bat an eyelid, because she would have had, you know, theatre students going in there all the time. She would have been used to people popping in there wearing nothing but a foam egg on their head with possibly a bit of offal smeared on their genitals. So that's a true story. But so she didn't say a thing. No. So I wasn't very happy about that at all. So we've turned to go, and then I've turned back to her and I've suddenly gone, beware of the bees. And she didn't miss a beat, and she just looked up at me and went, beware of the wankers. I didn't really have anywhere to go after that.
And the show went well?
No, the show went pretty badly.
Right.
But that's in keeping with most of my dramatic work.
Well, I want to see, that surprises me, because you've made quite a splash as an actrine, if I can call you that, in the film, and you've done radio, you've done television, you've done stand-up. I would have thought you would have your pick of what you wanted to pursue in the entertainment world.
No.
This is not the case?
No, well, let me share some things with you, Sean. I've had some... I might join you. I've had some tremendous television offers in particular, especially in the world of advertising. The only two ads I've ever been asked to do were for low-calorie beer and panty liners. So presumably I appeal to chubby hormonal pissheads. That's good to know. Of course, I released a CD.
Yes.
Did you know about that?
King
of the Road?
King of the Road, and it was this the singing or comedy?
Funnily enough, it wasn't singing. It was actually a one-woman show I did many years ago. Just out of interest, do you mind if I ask the audience if anyone's got a copy?
Please, my audience is your audience.
Put up your hand if you've got a copy of that CD. One person. I suspect he's lying. But either way, you've got four. Have I had sex with you? But I think, oh, he's going like this. No. What fun. But I think
been around the remaindered bins, obviously. Not for you, not for you.
No. Well, toss a coin. But no, that really is, that's one person out of the thousands of people that are in the studio, and that really is indicative of sales nationwide. And I can honestly say that if I had released a CD, possibly, I don't know, Judith Lucy performs all your favourite disco hits using nothing but a triangle and her own teeth, that I would have been more successful. But God bless you, and I will be seeing you after the show.
All right, now Judith, you've worked with a lot of people, and I'm going to ask you this. Do you recognise this voice?
Your money's not here, Bill. It's in Ted's house. It's in all these houses. God bless your heart.
It's a Jimmy Stewart impression I've been working on. I just want to know if you...
I thought it was a drunk Armenian.
Close enough.
But, you know, stick with it.
No, thank you. Thank you for extracting a laugh from that. We'll take some talk back now. Now we've got actually before we go to the talk back, I just want to show, because you've got a new film coming out, Bad Eggs, written and directed by Tony Martin. Been your friend for many years.
Absolutely.
And he's a lovely man, as we both know.
He certainly is.
He's very controlling, isn't he?
Or on television, but all right.
You know, he allowed only this clip. This is a clip of Judith performing in Bad Eggs. Can we have a look at that?
Oh, he's not going to be happy with that. That's given everything away.
Well, let's go to talk back now. Pablo from Maroubra, you have a question for Judith.
Yes, Judith. I'm interested to know what you think about dwarves.
Well, I'm sorry, that's put me in a very awkward position, simply because I don't know if you've seen my contract, Sean.
Oh, sorry.
But in my contract it states that there are three things I simply refuse to discuss, and they are dwarves, Carly Simon and mince. So, I'm afraid my hands are tied.
I'm sorry, Pablo, but Judith can't help you. They just have an interest, though. What do you think of dwarves?
Oh, I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them.
Thank you very much, Pablo. Judith, You're not actually touring at the moment, are you?
No,
You're doing nothing. You're
I'm all washed up.
basically unemployable.
I'm eating a lot of cheese.
It's all right.
It's true. I'm wearing control top underpants as we speak.
Well, we can't give the dates for your cheese eating, unfortunately, because
It's pretty entertaining.
Do you think? Well, I've got these here. I managed to find some dates from your tour from 2001, so I just thought I'd show them instead. But the cheese eating tour is pretty much all year, isn't it?
It is all year, and look, if you can find yourself a time machine.
Yes.
Some of those February shows were just fantastic.
Right, just have a look at that again. We might refer to the one down there, June 23rd and 14th, the Gorge Park Rotunda in Launceston. I'll be there.
That was a great night.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Judith, thank you very much for coming along.
Pleasure.
It's been an absolute delight. Please thank Judith Lucy. Thank you, Judith. Coming up next, Kerry Ann